wir uns da sehen, oder?
Ja.
Are we live?
Are we live?
I think so.
I think so.
I
Okay,
think so.
alright. So everyone, welcome in the chat. Welcome to the first premiere of Endzone, A World Apart, live on stream, live on Twitch, live on
Everywhere.
hopefully YouTube, on everywhere. Yeah. So today we are going to play an early development build of Endzone. So bear in mind that there are a lot of things that might not work. Don't hate us for this. This is regular game development. It just happens. But we're going to show you a lot of features, a lot of cool stuff we already implemented in the game, and are just having a good time and answering all your questions. So let's do this. Stephan?
Yes.
You can go.
I think both of us are on different maps, so
right.
we will just jump right into the game soon and try out different tactics. So that's also an important part for Endzone, that you can always follow your own strategy. So let's just go.
And we got coffee.
And we have coffee.
Let's go.
Let's have a look on our maps and
Okay.
on our surroundings now.
So let's say for the beginning, you just implemented the gold system up here.
Yes, correct.
So I got a possibility to get some water in the first place if I start to achieve all these goals here.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so we need builders, a water tower, a boardwalk, basic stuff, essentially.
Okay, I'm starting off with my water tower here, just as regular, and the boardwalk. Oh, this is already far from each other.
Yeah,
I think it's good here.
my town
Okay, let's
center is
check my
also
radiation force.
far away.
Alright, and I got mostly moist soil around here. How about your map?
My water map
Oh, that's even
sucks.
worse. Alright.
Yeah, so okay, I don't know. I have to build fields. No, I can't build fields here. That's not good. I need a fishing hut or something like that.
So people, start off. Go, 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 go. Keep running, keep building, guys.
First mission complete.
Already?
Yes.
I stopped my game and planned.
But I'm a pro gamer, you know.
Okay, give me a second. I need to
Hey chief,
get
we
my
finished construction.
first.
Things are
field
up and
here.
running, and we already stored some water rations.
Alright, cool.
I got 300 water on top. We should be good.
Okay, so my guys already built this boardwalk and this water tower, and I'm going to assign these as water carriers, and I got the first goal complete as well. Good, so how's this looking? We got 900 water, 600 food. That seems not much.
Oh shit.
Okay, let's assign our first seed. Actually, I'm going to place another field here.
I already, I'm facing a drought in
Oh,
year
really?
3. So.
Oh, well, me too. Between 2 and 3.
Oh!
Is this year 3 or 2 when I'm seeing 2 to 3?
Well, if it follows the number, that's the year it will come. So after
Oh, well, I'm having a drought at year 2.
yeah. So you're gonna die. Yeah.
Alright,
Oh,
so let's choose the peppers here.
Okay.
And already assign some farmers so they actually start to grow my plants. And they're starting. That's great. I need more coffee for this.
Yeah. Basic lesson: always connect your buildings with streets or dirt roads.
Oh yeah, I missed
So
that.
important, because people will move faster, be more efficient, and that's what it's all about. We are German developers. We need efficiency.
We built streets. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So what's up here? Are you already planting my peppers or are you just walking around the field? Okay, they're planting. Good. And they're already running and collecting my water sources. That's good, that's good.
Second goal: task complete.
Oh,
With a running food supply, our basic needs are covered. Some leftover rations were put in our logistic buildings. That's nice. So I got 300 corn. On top,
300 corn. You're
I don't
really
need it.
achieving these goals faster than me. So I'm starting off with my forestal lodge here. And probably already building a scrapyard. Ooh. Like back here. Alright.
So
And let's assign some builders, at least one builder to clear the area.
My whole map is dry already.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but I guess the next year I will have some rain. And then I have the drought. So let's see how we'll face that.
Coffee is love, coffee is life. Yeah, exactly. I'm on your side there. I'm having toxic rain in the first year, I just noticed. What? This is affecting my area? No, it's fine, it's fine. Okay. So let's keep moving. Where's my builder actually walking around? Oh, he's making my streets first. Well, I planned that poorly already. Let's maybe take a farmer and put... Is it okay? Is it good to have multiple builders? Like if you have different
Yeah, of course.
tasks? Okay, so they're not focusing on the same task together?
No, they will take over different tasks. Yeah.
Alright.
So if you have a lot of construction sites, you should have a lot of builders.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have our first question from our Discord chat. Serious question: how deep can you go down with the camera? So essentially, this is, the highest zoom level. I think it's
Probably around here.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So you can see a lot of details, like he's wearing a mask and stuff, and yeah, he has a shovel in his hand, going to dig up the ground, I guess. Yeah.
Guys, pull all your materials here, please. I need this. I'm already in year 2, and I'm already... Oh, I'm running out of water. I missed that.
It's really hard to play on stream.
yeah. Like talking and doing this is really hard.
We're not used to it, so... Yeah.
Oh, I'm really having a struggle here. Like my fields...
Build a well, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, build a well. Well, they need to build the forest lodge and the scrapyard first. But I think... Yeah, my crops aren't growing anymore. Ooh, the food supply. Oh dear.
We're just gonna die.
I'm gonna pause for a second. I see scrap resources are limited. Is it possible to make a self-sustaining endless colony at some point? Well, no. Basically, scrap is a not an endless. It's a ending resource, a limited resource. Like basically in this area here is scrap scattered around, and you need at least a free settler that takes care of collecting it and bringing it back to your settlement. And basically, I can't show you at the moment. Just give me a second until my scrapyard is built. So, I have the possibility to move the work area here. And it always shows me in the tool tab how much scrap is in that area of influence and how much scrap the building can collect there. So at some point, this whole scrap collection is over. It's limited, it's done, and I have to move my working area like over here where I have more scrap available for me. So essentially, at one point, your settlement will grow just so big, or you're advancing like so many seasons and years that you have to spread out on the map. There's no possibility for you to just keep in one place, you have to move. Okay, I'm moving on.
Yeah, so Prismatic Flux is asking in the Discord if you can clean up radiation from the start. Are there any side effects from cleaning the radiation or working on an irradiated zone? Yeah, there are side effects. If you send your settlers into a zone that is radiated, of course they will get radiated too. But of course there are also countermeasures, like you give them protection clothing. But based on the level of radiation in the zone you send them, you have to give them, of course, better radiation clothing. So always keep an eye on our heat map. In my case, it looks very good because there are only some green areas. Green stands for low radiation. That's fine. You can also see it on the minimap in the upper right corner. There are also the green spots everywhere. And they will change with the rain, essentially. So when it's raining, just have a look at the radiation heat map to check if radiation changed in a near distance to your settlement.
Well, this is garbage. In the next year, I don't have any rain coming. My water... Well, not my water resources, but my fields are just not growing at all in this situation.
Yeah, I'm just focusing on water right now because my drought is coming very fast.
Well, I just survived the first drought and my settlers are like, oh no, we don't need to drink anything, like we're fine.
I should harvest my fields now.
Changing radiation, I like it, yes. And it's constantly changing.
No builders, more farmers. Let's go.
Alright. Oh, I totally forgot to assign a refiner here. And I desperately need some metal. Let's have a look. The refinery, yeah, I need some metal. Okay, alright.
Okay. So when you're facing a drought, it's always a good idea. Shortly before the drought happens, you should focus completely on water and food. And now in my case, the water is gone, so I will reassign my settlers. I will take them out as water carriers and assign them as salvagers. So I use the absence of water to gather some scrap and wood and stuff, so I can construct more buildings afterwards.
Oh, good point there from Machine 84. Your video transition is muting your microphones for 2 seconds. We should keep that in mind. Thanks for noticing. Do we have to deal with cold and heat? Well, Stephan. Do we have to?
No. You don't have to. In our case, the environment only has the drought, the sandstorm, the radiation, and of course hunger and thirst, and these challenges alone are already enough. So if you would also have to deal with cold and heat, that would be like very challenging. But maybe in the future, who knows? Who knows? As you know, the game will start in early access, so if you have any recommendations for features, we will always have an open ear. And maybe
boy, what is happening? Oh no, I'm building directly in the radiation. I totally forgot that one. Let's like... Damn, I don't know. I think I should stop this. Let's build somewhere else.
How's it going?
I'm feeling like I had such good rounds before, and this round is already taking me over.
Yeah.
I'm doing so much bad things, and I'm not focused enough. But I already got like 300 scrap, and that's pretty good.
Yeah. But I'm running out of wood. That's not good.
I'm good on wood. Like, I feel no builder is actually... Oh, I paused the game. I'm such a retard. I was wondering, guys, why are you not building like anything? Like, please, just move, just do something. And I just paused the game. Yeah, Prismatics, there's already a lot of challenge in the game to begin with. Like, we had several seeds that just confront you in the first years with just so much to deal that you're actually occupied for maybe hours, depends on how fast you're playing the game. That you don't feel like you have nothing to do. Like, there's just barely any spare time in the game. You have always to adapt and to change anything that you're doing and how your strat is pointing out towards the years. So give me a second, I need to focus here. What do I need? I could decrease my salvagers, and I could decrease my forest and assign some water carriers since I need water.
So I have a new mission here, and it's very interesting because my next mission is to build a recycler and to build up a protection clothing pipeline.
Okay.
And I will try to do this in this area of my settlement, where I will focus on the whole production that goes from scrap. So I have my scrapyard here, I build a depository beneath it, besides it, and now I will build my recycler right here and my tailor next to it, and they will have very short routes to go when they are getting their resources.
That's a good point.
Let's try if it will work.
Come on, man. Oh, he starts building the houses first, so I should just tell him to build this one next year. I mean, living in a house is cool and stuff, but I need you guys to work now on the Hunter Lodge, else you're going to starve. Depends on you, whatever you want. Like, take your time, it's okay.
Shout out to Hirnsturz, who is hosting our stream now.
Oh boy, Hirnsturz. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm already in the third night, and I feel like I'm already missing on so much buildings, and I'm assigning like poorly my settlers. Just build this Hunter Lodge, please. Where's my builder? James! What are you doing, James? Come back! Okay, he's on the way. He's going to build it, alright. I'm completely running out of food right now. Oh, Jesus. So I'm gonna decrease my salvages here. And I'm moving my working area of the hunter's lodge, because right now, in this area where I built it, the animals just went away, the herd just passed, and I need to move the work area to actually find some food, highlighted here. And tell my settlers where they need to hunt them. And I'm probably just going to build a fishing hut here, because I feel like I will have a lot of issues.
I'm running out of food.
Yeah, me too.
I just didn't notice it.
I have 23 left.
Maybe a gatherer hut will work out. So I'm really trying to build up my settlement in like departments. So I have my forester together with my gatherer hut now. So here's my forest department, and down here is my scrap department, and here's my living room. And down here is my water department, so everything has its own space.
And I'm just building like crazy all over.
Yeah.
Okay, I have built enough for now. Let's assign 2 fisher. Oh, just 1 fisher. Let's increase a hunter and put 1 more fisher inside, just to keep the food situation a little bit versatile. And actually increase my food. I'm on 0. Oh boy. Please don't starve from hunger.
Okay. Low water, low food. What's happening? I don't get... Oh, okay.
The radiation just moved away from my settlement for now. That's great. And it's all wet here. Okay, alright. Okay.
And I just checked my water heat map, and
yeah, it's,
so everything is fine on the whole map, but except for my space here. I don't know. I'm cursed.
Okay, my food supply is just increasing a tiny bit. It's working.
Maybe I have to adapt my strategy. I will now try to build an irrigation plant. So that is...
Yeah, I need that too.
Yeah, one thing to go against dry ground. You can build an irrigation plant, and it will raise the level of water in the ground. So all fields in the area of influence will be wet and grow fast. So let's try this, but it will take some time. Time to build, because I don't have plastic. I'm currently focusing on cloth.
I already messed up so big. I have no space for the refinery to be anywhere productive, actually.
You're already building a refinery.
Yeah, I'm building a refinery. So my strat is to just rush some metal from the recycler.
Okay.
And then, let's double check this, then switch to plastic, because I wanted to have an irrigator as well, since I don't know how my water supply is working. And then I'm just focusing on producing a lot of cloth already for my radiation suits later on.
Okay. Interesting, interesting.
But I need someone who builds this. By Fisher, High Builder. Estimated release date. So we're planning on releasing this in Q2. So meaning in the second quarter of this year. And it's starting off as an early access title. And yeah, Forester and Gatherer very Banished style. Yeah, we had a lot of inspiration from Banished. Actually. That was a question too, I remember in Discord. So where did you get the inspiration mostly from?
Yeah, so of course it's obvious that Banished, as you said, is one of our main inspirations. I will just pause my game while I'm talking.
Yeah, sure, pause.
Banished is one of our main focuses, inspirations we focused on. But we wanted to take it into another setting. As you can see, it's post-apocalyptic, but it's not like Mad Max, like this dark scheme. It's more like an uprising scenario, because the world turned into a green planet again. Yeah, because all humankind had to leave. They were going into the Endzones, which were under the ground. when a nuclear disaster happened. And yeah, so this is the reason why Earth could regenerate and become green again. But of course, the climate changed. So this is why we have droughts and sandstorms and these kind of stuffs. So talking about other inspirations, it's we did a lot of research when we had chosen this topic. We had YouTube, and we had a lot of articles on the web where we really focus on correct physics and physical correct adaptation of things like our buildings. They really work like they should work in the real world if you're building things out of scrap. Yeah. But I remember that in Discord one said if we had read the book, let's see.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I didn't read it, so...
Me neither. But I remember that I watched a video on YouTube about it.
Okay.
And it was saying something about the Earth without humankind or something like that. Yeah.
Can you battle other settlements for resources? Well, basically yeah and basically no. For now there are no other settlements beside your settlement, but that's a feature we are probably going to implement in the early access phase in form of raiders, if I'm right, Stephan?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So can you talk a bit about that, maybe, to answer the question?
Yeah, of course. So raiders is a feature that was asked for a lot, and we already had it on our roadmap, to be honest. And it will be a feature that will break with the current game, because at the moment you only fight against your environment and you don't have any other hostile things in the game. And with raiders you have to build up like defenses, building towers or stuff, and really recruiting settlers to fight against raiders that might raid you. Yeah. So it will be a new challenge and a new layer to the game.
Oh, Grievance? I'm sorry if I'm reading that wrong, but Grievance TV just hosted the stream for 1 meal. Thank you for the host. Thank you, man. Welcome. Oh, another question. Do the residents have stats?
The residents or the settlers, I guess?
Yeah, I think he means the settlers.
Yes. All settlers have a lot of stats, so I can show it to you on my screen. They have like health, but health is not like you might imagine it from other games, that if health turns to 0, they will die. Health is like, if you have low health, it increases the risk of a disease breakout. Yeah. So if they don't eat enough different food, or if they are radiated, their health will drain, and then a disease will break out in the settlement. And then you have to build a medical facility to fight against it. And they also have stats like radiation, of course. So when they move around, or when they eat food or drink water that is radiated, they will become radiated too. And they have a confidence, and that is really important. So there are different things you can do to increase their confidence. In this case, Joshua has a home, and he has food, and he has water, so he's okay with his confidence, but it could be higher if we provide him maybe a pub or a campfire he can go to. And one last thing for our residents is each resident can take over a profession. He can have a tool, so you always have to look out that they have tools, because if they don't have tools, your production might cease. They have clothing, also with a condition, so if this runs out, your people won't be secure from radiation. You can educate your settlers, and as I said, you can give them a home where they live. And also in the home they can store water and food.
So I just chose to change my strat here. I'm just basically focusing totally on cloth now, because I see I have a goal to build a tailor and to get some neck scarves, or to store some neck scarves. And I'm rewarded with a lot of resources actually for that. So I'm trying to just rush the tailor now and start producing protection clothes. Even though I'm probably not facing any more radiation challenges in a few years. Oh wait, the rain is pretty contaminated. Maybe it's just the perfect time to start with the tailor.
Okay, here's another question, I think. Will there be dangerous animals or dangerous runes on the map?
Oh, dangerous runes.
Yes. So, dangerous animals are not on our roadmap yet, but we might think about it because it was asked about a lot. Dangerous ruins, yes. So we will have an expedition feature. We already teased it in our Discord a few days ago, I think. And you can send expeditions to different ruins, like maybe I can show you the nuclear power plant.
Do you have one?
I have one. I have.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. There's a part missing from it, but you can get it. Like there are the power plant towers.
I have one here too.
Okay. And those ruins can be very dangerous. So they might change the radiation in the area. A power plant might have a lot of radiation around it, and you can send expeditions there to follow the story of the game. So we have like a background story you can experience, but you can also salvage them. So you can go inside. You can recruit different settlers, which might differ your outcome of the expedition, and you might get like new seeds for your fields, or you might get new resources, or your settlers might return educated because they found something really cool. I don't know. So there are a lot of things you can discover with expeditions.
I think I'm really having trouble with scrap sooner or later. I'm not having enough in the immediate area.
I'm just trying to fulfill the mission. I have like 2 seasons now. 7 out of 16 Nextgov stored.
We have 2 seasons just?
No.
And which season are you playing right now?
No, I'm season 6 now.
Season 6. Okay, I'm season 6 as well. Well, I feel like there are no animals near me right now. That's really a bummer. Somewhere in my settlement. Oh yeah, there's one single boar just hanging around there. Oh, poor boar, he's gonna get shot. Oh, the next question, I think. Do the settlers have individual skill points to make them better at a specific job? Did you just answer that?
No.
Okay.
I missed that point. Yeah, of course they have something like that. So if you have a settler that is working in a job for a specific amount of years, he might earn an achievement, which marks him as a highly specialized professional. And this again might be useful when you take him with you on an expedition. So they won't get better in their job actually, but they this achievement will give them benefits on the expeditions. And of course, you always can send them to school when they are kids. So if they are educated, they will be better in the jobs later on.
What is with wild creatures? Maybe bears attacking the settlement or some crazy mutated creature as a sometimes occurring event or so. I fear your 3D model and animators will hate me after this question. Oh boy. If you would know how they're actually really hating that too. Well, I don't know. So, like, really animal attacks are not part of the roadmap in the early access, but sometimes some random events occurring, like, let's say this, maybe there's a possibility to have an event that says, like, there is something happening actually in this regard, but really having this animated and see, like, some of your sellers is fighting off 2 bears at once and just killing one of them and missing an arm and stuff like that, that's, like, probably a bit too much. But yeah, there will be some events from time to time that actually affect your settlement and have story hints like that.
True. So I fulfilled my last mission. Task complete. Let's get our hands dirty and dig ourselves something shiny. We already went through some piles. Chief couldn't resist. So I got 10 cloth, 10 electronics. Nice. 10 metal and 10 plastic.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that to happen.
And all my goals are finished now. Finally.
I think one of my settlers... Oh no, no one died. How many adults do you have right now?
I have only 15 and 7 children because I'm not
7
focusing
children.
on the game correctly.
Yeah, I'm having the same issue. Oh, I think 2 children just died.
What's
I'm not
going
sure.
on?
Let's just ignore this fact.
We should do better.
We should do, but we have plenty of time. Maybe we start over with another round.
Yeah.
And another seed to just show off how this world is actually really procedural generated and not every run is the same.
So I will try to provide a campfire to my settlements so people can be more efficient at growing the population. So if people are more confident, if their happiness is high, they will repopulate faster. Like in the real world, I guess. I don't know.
But I need... Oh, well... Holy shit, what's happening with the radiation here? I totally missed on that one. That's actually pretty fucked up. Okay, I do not have enough adults to remove the radiation. Damn, I'm going to proceed now.
Hirnsturz, it might look like we're playing in multiplayer, but it's just parallel. Sorry, no multiplayer yet planned.
No multiplayer planned. Yeah, it's just parallel.
Ask a lot.
It's just to show off that we are playing on 2 completely different seeds and just completely different adaptations we have to. And some, like in the first place, we talked about how we want to proceed in a game and which threats we try to complement and achieve. But yeah, that's like the perfect example on how nothing from the things you actually plan to do works out in the end, and you have to totally adapt to the game. So after a few minutes, you see like he's playing a totally different session, has totally different challenges than me. And I'm having like so much radiation here, oh boy. Ooh, oh. So anything new in the Discord? No, we are good, okay.
More children, please.
Yeah, more adults, please. I need workforce. But I think I don't need to force. I'm never sure about how much wood is enough. Like having 160 wood is good for now, but I'm building like 2 buildings and my wood is completely gone, and I'm asking myself, damn, why didn't I assign a forester for that? I could stop salvaging here.
Yeah.
And I could just assign some people to remove radiation over my fields. That's really important, else they get radiated just by eating completely contaminated food. Oh, Ed Harper, hi Sim.
So there's a question about Twitch integration, and that was also something some player already mentioned in our community channels. And yeah, it's a nice idea actually, but I guess we have to look into it if it's hard to implement. It's not yet planned, but the idea is so nice that we might look into it.
Yeah, definitely. But there's also always the risk that, like, I mean, it's Twitch, okay? You guys are probably trolling as much as possible in this kind of sessions. And this game, like, really hits you in the ass when you're playing against, like, 2 or 3 droughts in a row, or some bad events occurring, like some of your settlers die, like you lose some, I don't know, resources. So this is actually a pretty hard task to implement, to keep that balanced, because if just 1 or 2 people like keep voting on the stuff that's really fucking you over, the run is basically done. Like in the long term, every decision is so long term affecting how your settlement is proceeding that maybe your run just gets completely pulled over by some people keeping on voting to have droughts after droughts or years without rain. So that's the thing we have to look into first, probably.
So I will try to expand my settlement now and build another water tower. It's my second one. And I'm facing a drought in year 12. So 3 seasons to go until the drought hits me.
Yeah, I'm facing a drought, followed by no rain, followed by no rain, followed by drought.
Nice.
Pretty nice. So I'm not sure how I'm going to survive this, actually.
Ooh, I don't have a hunting lodge. That would be a good idea too.
Oh yeah, my hunting lodge. Sure, just Give me a second. Okay, I got food. In the immediate area, it's all fine.
Yeah. Let's
And the
focus
radiation
on
levels
one
are
thing
okay.
first.
So guys, go for the campfire. I need more happiness in my settlement. They're gonna kill me, but I still like the idea. Yeah, it's no problem. The idea is pretty good. Like, we're always open for that kind of input the community is giving to us. Like, I mean, if 100 people, let's say 100 people are saying that's a good feature, we want that feature, then why shouldn't we implement that feature, you know? And multiplayer, not for now, at least. These are just two completely different sessions. We're playing just parallel to show some more variety in the game. So just a second, my settlers are actually happy. But they are running over radiation like everywhere in the settlement already. And I'm feeling that's gonna be a problem.
I need more settlers, please.
How many seasons it's taking for children to grow up?
I think around, should it be like 5 seasons or something like that?
Okay, so at season 10 I should have more settlers. Okay, that's good. Oh, let's watch that. That's a perfect example of how the radiation just is moving now. I'm having like a rain cloud over me. At least I had one. And the radiation moved just totally away from my settlement there for a bit. And now the water is disappearing and I got a problem. So let's move away all our water carriers since they can't do anything while the lake is dry, and the same goes for our fishers. And we are going to reassign them in any profession that is actually able to do something while it's dry. And I probably need a forester soon. And I need more plastic. I need to change that here.
All my wildlife is gone. Oh no, here. There are some deers.
Oh yeah, I missed on that one too.
But where's the rest of them?
I'm having issues with that as well. Like, they're only like 450 and they're running away from my settlement. Guys, come on. Oh well, it's green over here. They probably like that even more.
Of course. So let's go. No, they're moving away. Why?
Salut tout le monde. Well, bonjour, my friend. I hope you can speak English and keep this chat English so we can answer all your questions for the rest of the community. Okay, I got the last goal somehow. I didn't even check what I have to do. But great, I can use that. My farmers are really having a tough time here. Like, it's all dry. And my crops are barely growing.
Our chat is so funny.
How they run to your food, stupid animals. Yeah, like...
Ah, they're coming back. See?
What's up with that?
They just catch their friends here. There are now 2 herds right beside my hunting lodge. That is not built yet. So maybe I should focus on this one. Build next. Oh, and the drought is coming. Totally forgot about it. So let's get some more water carriers.
Is there a way to see when a sandstorm approaches? Like, not every drought has a sandstorm, right?
No.
Okay.
It's like random. So you can't see everything in the future.
Okay.
Okay, so my irrigation plant is working. That's always nice to see. So I now have this area that is totally green, totally wet.
Oh boy.
My field is moist. Perfect. So it will grow faster. But actually it will only go like there. So a part of my field is outside of the irrigation plant's field of influence. Doesn't matter. Will still work good.
Date of open beta or release? Well, an open beta is still in discussion, but nothing we can assure. But the release for the early access is going to happen in the Q2, so in the second quarter of this year. So it's just a few months until the game is ready to play. Is inbreeding negative for the settlers? Well, in some point, like I had sessions where like a random settler out of 50 settlers died, and everyone, like literally everyone, was sad because a relative died, and I thought like, wow, okay, like there are 50 people in your settlement and you're like relative to everyone. That's interesting. But besides that, is there anything negative?
No.
Alright, okay. Are there any other languages planned in early access? We actually have... Do we have a plan for that?
Sorry, for what?
For more languages.
For early access, yes. I think we start in early access with, of course, English, German, Chinese and Russian language. Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure about that. You can read about it in our Steam community. We have a post there which says which languages exactly will be in the early access release.
What's happening here?
Just Google.
I'm not sure how to proceed here.
I will try to build a school now, just because I can.
I need a school too. I need water carriers. I need more people. Basically, I feel like I really need more people.
That's something people don't have in mind all the time, that you need to focus on population growth. Because your population will get older, of course, and eventually they will die from age. And that can be a big boomer, because at one point you don't have any adults that can work in your production buildings.
Oh, well, yeah. Hi, chat. Hi, Caustuses. Oh, well, there was another question. Let's have a second. Will there be transportation options later game? Horse, donkey, car, whatever.
Transportation.
Transportation, yeah.
Also something we thought about, but it's not our focus yet. I don't want to spoil you on this point. But we have some crazy ideas about this. Maybe concerning expeditions.
Anyone that can hit me with the Discord, well, I'm sure any one of our guys lurking in the chat right now is able to give you the link for that. If not so, just go on our Steam page and, like, there are multiple links leading to our Discord channel.
I will just watch my hunter now going to kill a deer or something different. I don't know. There are only deers in my in the nearest distance.
I need more plastic, man. Just keep on recycling that plastic here.
Oh, he changed his profession. Where is my hunter?
What do we have? Oh yeah, on your website it says we can pre-order at a discount. How much of a discount? Are there any benefits of pre-ordering? Yeah, they are. So you have, like, I don't know, like a 10 to 20% discount when you're pre-ordering, in contrary to just buying in the early access. So you're spending less money effectively. And if you're pre-ordering with the supporter pack, you get the soundtrack of the game as well, just on top. I like the grid to align buildings. Well, yeah, grid-based games are kind of fun. Ah, no.
Yeah. I think a good interface is really important for this kind of games.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't know why I'm saying this right now, but maybe I don't know.
Maybe you just like interfaces.
Yeah, I do. Maybe I work on them.
Yeah, sounds like it's your job to do them. I don't know, like...
Oh, I'm so stupid.
I'm so stupid as well. Holy damn,
Why?
why I am producing cloth. What are you doing? You
didn't
start your
No.
Oh, well, okay then.
I had it started, maybe it switched back, I don't know. But now we're fine.
I'm feeling my food supply is utter dog shit. I don't know, I need to adapt on that. There are no animals here, guys. Oh, well, there are animals.
My little oasis here. Beautiful. Just need some palm trees. I don't know.
Some
coconuts.
palm trees. Yeah.
Just, coconuts.
Some Caribbean themed Endzone would be fun as
Look
well.
at this. Also, the deers like it. It's dry over here. Let's go there. The ground is wet over there.
Don't let them eat your crops, man.
Oh, true.
Okay, I don't know. I'm running so badly out of food. I need to do something.
Sandstorm approaching.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
he's on my map. Where is he? Oh, there
Let's
you
switch
go.
on that for a second.
Uh-oh.
Is it coming?
Yeah, it's coming.
What does the sandstorm do now?
Well, at the moment, it only moves radiation. It slows down your settlers because they, of course, are all over with sand. And we also plan that it will destroy some of your buildings or maybe damage them and you have to repair them. And yeah, that's not implemented yet, but it will be. So a sandstorm is something you really should keep an eye on.
I'm facing one as well right now. Oh shit, son. Maybe it might be better when one of you focus on questions from chat and I would play for you instead. Well, yeah, that's probably like everyone in the chat is thinking right now. We're actually so sorry to not being able to provide the game yet for you, but be sure that the time we are taking and like stealing from you basically, not playing the game, is worth it. I like the idea of radiation being a constant threat, even if low level, will zones of radiation move around with different levels of threat? Well, sure, yeah. Always, like, just look at my screen for a second. As I started playing, like, basically all this area around here was contaminated and I just, like, removed radiation around here where I placed my buildings. But for now, like, all this area is just totally cleared. And it moves over here and over there. And in future seasons, like depending on how bad the radioactive rain actually is, probably my whole settlement will be covered in radiation. Even in low levels, it can happen. In the first season I had radiated rain and like in the second or third season just my whole settlement was covered in radiation. And that was really a problem actually for the early game. But my settlers managed to adapt on that pretty well, so I'm fine.
I survived the sandstorm. Yes.
Nice. Pro gamer right
And now
here.
I am out of water, I have homeless settlers, everything.
Oh, my irrigator is done. Okay, so let's see. Who can I assign for that job? Actually, no one. Actually, my children just need to grow up and do something effectively in my settlement. Oh, I'm so running out of wood because of my charcoal burner. Damn that one, okay.
My school is open now. And I
got a
already
school.
have like 7 children going to school. That's perfect. Just perfect. Settlers without a home, so I have to build more houses. That's okay.
Come on, irrigator boy. Do your job. Make it wet for me.
Wait, wait, what?
Wait, what?
You're not allowed to say this.
What's happening here? Settlers without water. Well, dude, just get some water and drink it. Come on.
Okay, so let's do a plantation over here.
Where
Right in
is
the
this
wet
guy?
area.
Just do your job, man.
Mm.
Where is my irrigator dude? For real. Nico! Okay, okay. He started up. Alright, I got this place irrigated now. Good. Alright, that's very good. Later in the game, is it possible to make cattle breeding? Cattle breeding. I actually need to look up that word.
Me too. What's cattle breeding?
What's cattle breeding? Just give me a second. Cattle breeding. German. Zuchtrinder.
Cattle breeding, of
Yeah,
course.
cattle breeding.
Yeah.
Alright, alright.
Viehzucht. Yeah.
Viehzucht. Yeah, that's right.
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, so domesticating animals is also something we are thinking about. So you see, we have a lot of stuff we want to push into early access. At the moment, we really focus on the core game. So the core game should be stable and should already be fun and challenging. And then we want to add more features, not like other developers do it. And they promise a lot of features, and then the whole game doesn't fit together like a puzzle. It doesn't work. And so our focus currently is just on the core game. And in the early access, we will listen to you guys and implement features that you are wishing for. And cattle breeding would be a part of it.
I have no idea what to do. I'm missing on so much resources. This seed is actually really hard. Tried wishlisting the game and Steam website is down. Lol. Yeah,
Yes.
like for real. We had set up the stream for Steam and Twitch for, I don't know, like 84 hours before, and just 30 minutes before we start the stream, Steam just suddenly decides to just go all nuts and just crash. And now we are just streaming on Twitch and YouTube for that reason. You might try later. I don't know how long it's taking. Usually Steam doesn't have that kind of big issues, but yeah, it's a bummer. Pardon my ignorance, if you have already answered my questions. In addition to building your settlement, will you also have to stave off incursions from animals or other NPC settlements? Maybe animal domestication in general as well.
Yeah, so animal domestication we might do in early access. Yeah. Pardon my ignorance. Okay.
So the game seems to run well. Are there limitations on expansion besides resources? Yeah, like, okay. Basically, just for a second, I need to stop here. Basically, you have the radiation as a factor of expanding. Like, if the radiation in your or around your settlement is too high and you're missing on protection clothing, it's a huge risk to send your settlers out to, like, I don't know, build a building over here when there's all like yellow and reddish area covered with radiation. It's like nearly for sure that your settlers are going to die sooner or later from radiation levels or go infertile and not being able to reproduce your settlement. And also, like Stephan said in the first place, you really need to focus on production lines and on positions of your building in this game. So if I'm just deciding to expand, like, oh yeah, well, it's cool over here, let's place a building here, and it's a production building like a forester, the settler that's working there has always run completely across from his settlement back here to the forester, do his work, and like on 5 PM, call it a day, come back over here to his family, get some food, get some water, like do his sexy time job to reproduce, and then all the way back here. And it's just so inefficient and probably costing his life to do so because he's running over radiation. So you really need to plan, like, in which direction are you expanding, with what kind of buildings to actually keep the production line active. And yeah, that's like, let me tell you, that's challenging enough for the moment. And I need to stop trying to get water out of a dried lake.
Here. I just built a pub. That's amazing.
You're just so fast, I don't even have a school yet.
So you need a school before you have a pub? Maybe
Depends.
educate your young settlers to go into the pub when they are older. I don't know.
Well,
Or
you
maybe
will find
they-
me in the pub.
So yeah.
That's for
So
sure.
imagine you have to go to school after apocalypse. Apocalypse.
Yeah, that's like 150
You have-
years under the earth, and your kids go, oh, like, damn, we have so much free time. What a great life.
Yeah.
And your parents just decide to go outside in this like pretty hostile world and just say, hey, you know what?
Here's a school.
School is
Deal
great.
with it. Yeah.
Like, hey, there's animals and stuff, and you're probably bleeding because of radiation, but school, guys, school is great.
Oh, good question here from Prismatic Flux. A pub. What drinks do you serve at the pub? Well, in my case,
I can do a margarita.
so we have now we have two recipes. One is ale, and ale you can produce from wheat and water, and you also have production time, of course. But I want to do wheat. Not wheat. So they can smoke some stuff and be
Like the
more
green
happy and
gold.
confident. So I have my hemp field right next to it, so the production lines are very short.
You got hemp?
Yeah, I got hemp.
Okay,
It's
alright.
also a random thing in our game, which seeds you get from the start. If you don't have wheat or wheat, you have to find them on expeditions.
You are right. I forgot about the possibility of plantations. I am growing myself some peach trees.
Wheat? Whoa, bester comment.
Whoa.
Oh, more houses.
Hello, Mr. Zapp. Hello. Hey, ich mache hier nur sauber. Oh.
Okay.
I think I know this guy. Okay, let's focus back on the game.
Yes.
I need a farmer more to keep track of this field. And I placed this like so bad. Oh man.
I will try to ramp up my protection clothing production by building a charcoal burner now, so I can produce activated coal masks.
All right. I can do that as well. That's why I spent so much production on charcoal. I didn't even use it.
Okay. That's
Nice. Possibility of attacks by neighbors. So basically that's the same question as for the raiders. There will be raiders in the future, but it's unclear for now if they really have like a near settlement on your map, or if they just come across you in form of an event, or just running beside you and the settlement is on something like another world and another map you cannot play. That's unsure for now, but yeah, there will be the possibility of an attack by neighbors or raiders, however you want to call them.
Just a quick tip from my side to you.
Yeah.
Focus on your health. Because I just recognized that my health is draining. My average health of all settlers.
Oh yeah, okay.
And
Why is it training?
I don't have a pharmacy. So you need herbs. Don't forget about it.
Yeah, you're right. I do not have enough adults for that.
Ha! But I'm so kind that I just told you.
Yeah, thanks. I wouldn't have thought of that. So where do I have a lot of...
Attacks by neighbors. So attacks by neighbors would be a feature that comes with raiders, maybe. What we are also planning in the early access is like global expeditions. So you have, as I already mentioned earlier, local expeditions. You can send expeditions to like the nuclear power plant or other interesting locations on the map right here, and they will move there. You can actually follow them and give them instructions when they arrive. But we will also have a global expedition feature, and maybe we will combine it with raiders so that you will find other settlements on the global map, and they might send raiders. Who knows? So this is something we might evaluate, of course.
Does Endzone have ray tracing? So that's a developer question for you. Stephan, does it have ray tracing?
No.
It doesn't.
It only has radiation tracing.
No guys, ray tracing is... That's a thing for the really, really far future or another game. You think that the development of your game today is finished at 25%, 33%, 50%? That's a hard question. Like, usually when you're developing a game, you have something like an internal roadmap, like features you want to implement, like milestones you want to achieve, but that's a game changer all the way through the development, and you can never really say where you're landing. Like, what's important is that we want to give you and the community or the players a game to the early access that feels like a 100% finished game, that just is, I mean, added or just featured or updated in the coming time. But it should feel good. It should feel like completed actually to the early access. But that's not the thing. Like, it's always under development and it's always updating.
So we just want to be honest about early access, actually.
Yeah.
So don't make promises we can't fulfill in the end. So of course our game, when we release it in early access, will be a game you can play. Yeah. So it shouldn't have bugs, of course. All features should already fit together, and then we can build on top of it. And hi to Writing Bull, who just joined the chat. Nice to have you here.
Oh yeah, hi Writing Bull. These are Endzone. Yeah, that's the Endzone. That's this guy. Take your chance, say hello. So I'm back with water, and my food reserves are running really dangerously low.
Is there a kid in my pub? Oh my.
Is there a kid in your pub?
And he's walking just on spot.
Oh, well, good thing there's no police and no laws in the Endzone.
Yeah.
Would be a problem here. So let's see. I got like... Oh boy, I totally forgot that. I have enough plastic and now I'm focusing in my refinery.
Ich mache hier nur sauber. No, the price won't change with features, of course. It might change when we go into the final release after early access, but it's not set in stone what the price will be. If it will be higher or lower, I don't know. It's not upon us to decide upon it. Assemble will do this.
Oh, whoa. Missed that I already built my school and my pharmacy. I'm really not having enough people for that. I'm honest here. That's a problem. And it's all dry and stuff. I don't need a healer. There are no herbs growing in my map. I'm having this problem too. Like, I'm always dry. I'm always sore here. There's like no rain or droughts. Like constantly changing. I'm running so low on resources.
It's getting better on my side. At the beginning, my whole settlement was like dry, and now only half of the settlement is dry. That's good.
Alright.
I guess. I don't know.
But will there police in Endzone? Will there be police in Endzone? Well... Will there be police in Endzone?
Police. I don't know. So I guess this falls under the topic of politics. I don't know. So if there are riots in your settlement or something like this, but it's not planned. Something other games do. Maybe I can think of Anno has riots and unique police, but it's a different kind of setting, you know. In our world, all settlers have to stick together and they have to do their thing. They have to work together, and politics or something like riots and police would maybe destroy the core game. So we will be very cautious about this. But maybe we can implement it. It's something we could talk about in early access.
Do we provide a roadmap at the early access start of the next X month? I would say yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a roadmap at some point. So, and release is set for what is it, like second quarter of this year?
Yeah.
Was the official announcement spring, I guess?
Yeah, spring is the announcement. Like, let's say we have features in, like, we planned features to be implemented in the following year of development after the early access, but for now it's not sure what's like high prio, what we want to do first and next, and this is going to be ready for early access, yeah, but we cannot say more about this for now. So my children are growing up finally, so I'm able to provide all these people with food. Let's see. Oh, we got a few follows. Hey, and Writing Bull just hosted our stream. Thank you, Writing Bull.
Nice.
Thank you for following Me6365. What happened to the other Me6 guys? You know I watched Rick and Morty. I know what's up there. Twitch Arcade PK. Hi Arcade. Was ist denn das Ziel? Just for the other real, what's the point of the game? What's your goal?
Surviving.
Survive. Basically surviving. Like, if that wasn't clear till now, we got at the bottom of the UI here an indicator in which season we are actually right now. So we changed that earlier from years to season, like to have an indicator on how long you're actually surviving already on a surface. And basically, it's your goal to survive as long as possible. Like, there will be achievements hooked to this, and some stats like on which map did you survive the longest, and there is the possibility to share your seats. So if I'm playing this map and I'm saying like, whoa, the first 15 seasons are crazy high in the demand and the challenging aspect, I can share my seat to a friend, to someone else who might want to try his luck, and he can come further, like in season 20 and season 30, I don't know. And so there's this kind of leaderboard happening for the seats and for the different maps. And of course, that can Stephan maybe explain further. There's our expedition system, which like forces you to proceed in a game and to get into the late game to actually come further in the story and unlock a lot more things. The game is actually waiting for you.
Yeah. So expeditions will be like a mid-game to late-game feature. So if you have your settlement and you took care of everything and it looks like it's stable, you have maybe also electricity, which we haven't mentioned yet. You can of course build electricity buildings to bring back light to your settlement, which doesn't only look nice but also raises the efficiency of a settlement. But in case you have done all of this, you will be able to send expeditions. And I already mentioned it before. You might send expeditions to the nuclear power plant or to an old hospital, and you will experience the background story of the game and find interesting new things you can maybe use in your settlement, or maybe you just find resources you really, really need at this point. Yeah. You already understood that you have to survive. Okay.
Stream make me feel sad. Actually, it seems good and remind me the game look amazing, but I can't play it yet, so I stop watching now and keep waiting. Well,
okay, that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. We're sorry you're feeling that way, but it's okay. It's okay. Oh, I'm already seeing like 40% of my settlement is already infertile, which means reproduction is limited to a certain point already for me.
I'm facing a new problem.
What's your problem?
My people get sad because their relatives die and they have no grave.
Oh,
and I
yeah,
didn't take care about it, so I have to build my cemetery down here and hope it finishes fast enough.
Yeah, my first people of age will die soon as well. That's a problem. And I'm having such trouble with food. This is unbearable. It's all dry, like nothing is growing. I can do nothing besides... I think I need another fishing hut, actually. I need more food. There's no way around it.
I will try to finish my market.
Unlucky.
So I have more space in my settlement. Okay. There was one question from the Discord, I guess from yesterday, from Mursi, and I just wanted to answer it because it's a very basic thing. Which,
oh yeah, shout out to Mursi.
Yeah, Mursi, shout out. A basic thing that differs us from other games. So in Endzone, if you have played Banish, you might remember this already. But in Endzone, your settlers are self-dependent. So they will take over every task you give them, but you can't directly control them. So Mursi asked, how do you decide what profession they should follow? Scout, builder, smith, and so on. And so you don't base your decision on their abilities, actually. That would be a too high meta game, I guess. So you would have to focus on each settler individually. Settlers are more like a resource for you. So you want to have enough settlers, so you have to focus on population. And if you have enough settlers, you just want to switch them through the profession. So every settler can take over every profession. He might not be good at it because he's not educated or he doesn't have a good tool or other things. But you won't focus on his abilities, actually. You just want him to do the job. Yeah. So also if you do like place a building, there will be a construction task and your builders will take care as soon as they have finished their other tasks. And so on for every other building in the game.
And my clouds are just swiping away.
Okay.
It's so dry here. Oh, another cloud. It's coming. Please. Give me the rain. Nope. Okay, cool. See ya. Good try. This is getting out of hand. Okay.
You have to restart.
Yeah, that might be the case. So I just read another question earlier. Are there settings to influence the level of difficulty when starting a new game? Yes, there are. Like, you probably know that seed system a bit from Minecraft. You have the different settings you can adjust in addition to the seed or to the algorithm that is generating your game. And in our game, it's like with how many settlers you're going to start, like how many lakes are there, how much scrap is scattered around the world, are there more mountains, are there less mountains, is there a bigger map size, a smaller map size, which is actually really important for the expedition system. And also a lot more things that are considered in generating a new map. So basically, it's near certain that if you're typing a random seed and start your game and adjust any setting, like literally any setting, there's a completely new map that's a bit towards the settings you want to have.
This is a funny image on my screen. So the closer the trees get to my cemetery, the more dry they are. It's like it's draining life out of them.
It's draining light out of them. Yeah. My trees are actually starting to grow now.
No water resource.
But how much time do they need yet? Wow, they have like nothing for now. Let's keep an eye on our clouds that are raining on our settlement, but not where I need them. That's bad. Can I see how many people are actually being educated? Like, I have 2 visitors in my school. Is that the amount of children actually right now in the school? Or in general being educated?
Sorry, what?
The visitors
Yeah.
in my school. Are they actually right now in the school? Or are they educated in general?
No, I think they are educated in general. So they are assigned to the school.
And
as
what
soon as they are visiting, they will increase their education points. And if they reach a certain amount of education points while they are a child, they will become educated adult.
Alright.
Ooh, my market is being finished. More space.
Thanks for the stream, guys. Thanks for tuning in, man. Is this game like Anno or like what? Well, yeah, it's kind of like Anno. Like, we have a lot of similarities, but it's basically different in even more points.
It's Anno with death.
It's Anno with death, yeah. Anno is more like expansion and like having a market and a sustainable system and to trade more with others and most of all having a multiplayer and playing on different islands and stuff like that, and that's not the case in Endzone. What shouldn't the dead bodies feed the trees? Wow. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. It's the first time above my cemetery that these little lanterns are flying up.
3 people died already.
Yeah, it's like every time someone is buried at the cemetery, a lantern will be will fly to the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's these lanterns are their souls or something like this. I don't know.
Where's my gatherer here? Here's my gatherer.
I think it's something like an Asian habit to have lanterns for your dead relatives.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Anno is business, this is more survival. Yeah, that's basically it. That sums it up really, really good. What effect have the education? They get more effective. Like, they have somewhat like a hidden stat that enables them to work more efficiently and more like better in their job. So if they are educated as a child, and then grow to an adult, they just work more efficiently. That's all. Like, at some point you will have some buildings or some production lines that just need effectivity or efficiency in order to provide you with the resource you need. Like, it's not always good. Like, in Anno it's like that. You need more corn, okay, you're just going to build another field with corn. Or you need even more corn, okay, you build 3 other fields with corn. And that's not the way our game works like that. So if I need more scrap and my refinery or my scrapyard isn't producing enough, I just need to assign more people, and the more educated and effective they are, the more I get out of this building. And building a second one is like providing me with nothing except having to split my settlers working on 2 different scrapyards. which might become in handy if you're expanding your settlement, but that's nothing compared to Anno.
He's just sitting here with his gun in his hands,
Is
chilling
he
at the
like-
campfire.
Nice, playing some guitar strings on his.
No,
musket.
yeah, right. Playing guitar on his gun.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So these lanterns are a bit controversial in Germany.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, because they burned down the.
Oh
the
yes.
ape cave.
All right, yeah,
I
I
don't
forgot
know.
about that.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't. It's a bad thing. Always remember that.
That was a sad thing to happen.
Yeah. Wow, my animals are like miles away from my settlement. And I'm still having... Oh shit. My tools are running out. I didn't build... what is it called? A workshop. And I barely have any metal. What is my refinery even doing?
Oh, refinery. Good point.
You do not have a refinery yet?
No.
You're doing better than me.
I only have 3 recyclers. It's enough at this point.
Okay, I need metal. And I need a workshop.
What am I missing? Oh. I have my charcoal burner all the time, but I don't use the coal for anything. Just wanted to increase my protection clothing from neck scarves to activated carpets.
Storage capacity is running short. Improve your logistic infrastructure. Damn, that word is really fucking me over here. So I need a depository, but where? I think it would be the best place to just put it over here to my scrapyard. And I definitely need more builder assigned to that.
Okay, so now I will try to build my weather station, because I don't like not being able to see which rain contamination will face me in the next years. So down here is my timeline,
Yeah.
and currently I can only see if it will be raining or if there will be no rain. Actually, now I'm only facing rain. That's good. Or if there is a drought, but I can see what the rain contamination will be, and this bothers me a lot. So I will build a weather station, because this will unlock the foresight for this. But where will I place it? Maybe where can I place it? Just here.
Do we will be able to choose settlers we want to exactly building job? Well, yeah, that's like especially the whole point of this profession task thing. Like we cannot. Okay, let's take it like this. We cannot say like, hey, yo, Nico, Robert, Tiffany, start to do something like, I don't know, like build this building here. We cannot say exactly like Tiffany is now assigned to the builder job. We can just say that if she's, what is her profession? Oh, she's a farmer. That's a bad example. But if you want her to be a fisher, you can like unemploy every farmer and then reassign them to fisher and be lucky enough that Tiffany is starting to become a fisher. But that's not really the point of it. Like, the longer you keep your settlers in one profession, the better they do. So you probably don't want to change them. But with the building thing, if you have 3 builders or you have some people assigned as a builder job, you can click on a building that's not built yet and say build next. So they start to prioritize on this one first. Hi, Claysology. So I didn't actually assign a healer yet. And I feel I'm missing on that. So I'm going to do it now. Do I have a workshop yet? Yes. No. Where's my workshop? Oh, it's being built here. Okay, let's keep on building here.
So maybe something you can see in the game yet, but we are already testing it in the background. For those of you who joined us early in the stream, you already saw a teaser of our mission system by our tutorial, which I just finished like 10 minutes after the stream started. And we will also have some random missions that occur in the game. So if you have maybe some downtime where nothing's happening, where your settlement seems to be stable, we will try to give the player some missions he can follow. So, except for, no, in addition to the expeditions. So, you can of course always do expeditions and try to roam the map, but you can also take over tasks your settler might want you to do.
Sorry, I missed the beginning of the stream. Could I get the introduction? Ah, okay, that's what you just answered. The answer also might be good to overlay something of the sort. Also might be good to overlay something of the sort. Does that mean that you answered that already? I was just focused on my settlement for a second. Okay. So what do you mean exactly by to overlay something of that sort? Overlay where and what? I'm sorry if we are...
I think he means he wants a description of the game in our... so that you can always, if you join later to the stream, you can read about the game. And
alright, yeah, that's what we got the Streamlabs bot for. So if you type exclamation mark and I think it's just Endzone. Well, let me take care of that for a second. Oops, I misspelled that. Name and job title. Sorry, to be more specific, job title, name and job title.
Is he talking about us?
I'm not sure.
Introduction.
Grimmins, I think we're completely missing what you're trying to say to us. I hope I didn't miss it. Is it a priority system? For example, bidding is just a type of profession. No, it's a priority system. Well, it's more like if you have multiple blueprints, let's call them blueprints if they're not already built, you have the possibility to just say build this one next, and your settlers are trying, let's say really trying to build this next, because there's a chance that depending on where they are right now and depending on what they're doing before you assign them to build this next, they're, let's say you have your builder like over here and there's a building need to be built, and the other one is over here and you say build this one next. Your settler or your builder will probably just decide, okay, you know what, I'm going to do that, yeah, but I'm just in the immediate area of where I need to build another thing, and he's just going for like, well, fuck your task, I'm just doing this now because it's more efficient. Like in some cases the game just helps you by simulating the settler so realistic that he just chooses to do something else that is helping you more out. So in many cases you feel like, oh well, okay, he's not doing what I want, but actually he's just doing exactly what he's told to do and tries to achieve this as efficient as possible.
So Grievance just clarified what he meant. He wants us to introduce ourselves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So let me just start.
Yeah.
I'm Stephan. I'm one of the studio leads from Gentlymad Studios. So I'm not part of Assemble, which is our publisher. And I'm mainly responsible for the user interface, for character animations, and game design.
And I'm Kai. I am working at Assemble Entertainment. I'm the community manager there. So it's basically my job to talk to you guys and to see what's going on in your minds. And as I find some free time, I am developing as well on Endzone and doing mostly graphical stuff like the fields and the environment and stuff like that. And thanks for the follow, Nerdgedanken. Thanks for the follow, Scout32. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. I really have an issue with settlers missing on tools. Like, really.
Don't you have a workshop build?
Yeah, I have a workshop build, but he's missing out on metal, and now my tailor is missing out on cloth as well, and my scrapyard is missing on everything. I just totally forgot to adapt on that. Let's move my scrapyard, guys, over here. And my depository is working. I think my refinery is just working like slow, and I got so many free settlers. I missed that.
Oh
okay,
my.
let's have a second. Now it's good. Now it's good. What I need food desperately, like always. I do not need any builder. I need water carrier more. And let's assign a healer. Just to be sure. If they get sick, I got enough from Soiticals. Damn, I can't read that. Sweet. On the streets, the sellers go faster or get it another benefit? No, it's just they're going faster. So if you're building streets, they are prioritizing it. as long as it's the shorter way. So in the background they are already like assembling for themselves. Is it faster to take the street now and there because I get these this speed bonus, or do I just walk across all my settlement and over the field and stuff like that? But if it's the faster way, and it's usually the faster way because of the grid system, they're going to prefer the street. And funny thing, for now the animals are doing the same. So if there's a herd running in your settlement, they're usually using the streets like regular people, and it just looks really funny. And that's totally intended, okay?
Of course.
Of course.
Oh, I just got a Steam achievement. Just a snack, just a sip.
Oh, cool. I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, I know. I'm just better. Sorry.
I think I unlocked them in the first place, like yesterday.
Ah, okay.
So let's see. Anyone got any mines to donate to assemble? Kai wants to inspect them under the microscope.
Oh, Elichka, thank you.
Hey guys, great game, great design, great UI. Wow, Stephan. That's like something for your soul.
I know who just wrote that. I know her personally.
Oh, do you mean? I know who this is. Gentlymad Wolfgang. Hey, good to see you there.
Oh, it's getting weird, but it's okay. It's just how we are.
Man, and if I get hungry, I'm just going to eat that brain. Like, fuck it, if it's already there. Don't look at me, I'm just hungry, man.
I finished my weather station.
Alright,
now I have 4 sites. Let's see. Low contaminated rain, low contaminated rain, no rain at all, and drought. Wow.
Wow, that was helpful, huh?
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
So let's keep on doing that. What's happening here? Charcoal burner has no people assigned. That's totally intended because you're... Actually, I have so much word, guys. You're going to be charcoal burner once again. Give me the coal. And where I am getting this plastic from? Actually, you know what?
What?
Okay, I need more metal and more electronics. I think I'm going for a solar collector next. Because I think all my food supply chains are just... I don't know, like not working really well. They're not efficient. And I'm sooner or later going to starve. Like I have 32 adults already and my food chain is like decreasing constantly.
So here's just one more thing I want to show for those who wonder what can I do if I just used all my scrap and I don't have a scrapyard. Well, you can't have scrap anymore. No, just kidding. You can always place these tasks here, and tasks can be placed without costs. And your free workers, like your normal settlers, will take over these tasks. So if you're running out of scrap and you don't have any other possibility to get scrap, you can always use these tasks to command your settlers to do so. And in this case, I'm using the task to get rid of this scrap pile right here because I want to build my medical facility here in case we will have a disease outbreak.
Oh, this is horrible. I actually need an irrigation plant back here. Have you placed leaves in the forest? Stephan.
Can you...
Have you placed
leaves in the forest? Leaves in the forest? No.
Do you guys plan to do more streams? Like hell, yeah, sure. Like if you guys want that, we are having fun. Like that's for sure. What next? Steam achievements for early access confirmed. That question goes to you?
Of course.
Oh, of course. Okay, alright. I've got that crazy look to me? What are you saying with that? The tree in the middle of the road is really funny and kite settlement. Like that one? Yeah. It goes like, hey bro, I'm gonna grow here now. Let's fuck everything. I hope it doesn't fall over. Like some trees just how it's called in English, like fall over? Like
yeah,
you don't need to cut them down, they just
fall over by age.
Fall over by age, yeah. So he might crush one of my settlers, but he probably deserved it anyway if that happens. So I'm fine with that. I'm not bothering too much. And this is getting out of hand. I don't know what to do. How can I get some more truths? Yeah, I need an irrigation plant. That was what I'm trying to do before. And probably over here.
Okay, my scrapyard doesn't have any scrap in his area of influence anymore.
Yeah, I needed to change it as well. They need to go so far away for that.
There seems to be something. Ah, okay.
Wow, none of my childs are visiting the school. That's like just in real life. And I need a builder. So let's move on here. Worship the tree. All hail the tree. Like maybe that's some kind of religion. If you have a settlement where a tree just grows in the middle, like fuck yeah, I'm going to grow here. That's your new religion. Just hail the tree and hope he doesn't fall over and kill someone. And maybe that's some kind of ritual. If your settlers get adults, one of them first needs to get hit by a tree, and then you're a real man. By LK92. I'm getting PTSD from the school bell. Yeah, that's not the school bell. That's the what's called the technician.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's hammering all the way over his anvil.
That is something we have to improve. So currently, if he's working, he's always like hammering on the anvil, and I think he just have to do some other animations too. We will improve that, promise.
Yeah. Like it's really annoying. Just imagine you have two of these, and you're just all the way. That's making me crazy all the time. Usually I'm just going to put the sound effects and from that point on 0, but let's keep it a bit. Like I can't hear it right now, so it's cool for me.
So I have to move my whole scrap department now. That sucks. Do you guys remember in the beginning I said I'm so intelligent, I will just build departments like my scrap department over here and my water department down here. And now all the scrap is gone and I have to move every building down here. I don't know if that's even a good idea because here's not that much scrap in the area. But over here.
Like what's the deal with food in my settlement? My people are eating so fucking many food units all the time.
Are there any more questions, guys?
Yeah, hit us with the questions. Please, it's your chance. Like we're always open to answer any questions related to the game, related to anything actually, in our Discord server, but this is the time where you can have like the most longest and detailed answer to all your questions you will probably ever get. Oh, what's happening? Oh, they're all so unhappy. What's your problem, mate? Someone died. Okay, I need a graveyard. It's finally happening.
Smart move, Grievance TV. Put sawdust in their food to make it last longer. Perfect.
Yeah, like stretch it.
Can you unlock new buildings? Is there research or technology? At this point, you can't unlock new buildings because our philosophy is that you have to be able to build every building from the start off, because you have to plan your settlement. And unlike other games like Anno, where you can just move your buildings per drag and drop or without any costs, in our game, a builder has to go there, dismantle the building, and build it up on another place. So it will take a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of resources. So you have to plan already from the start off. So you can place your buildings at the beginning, you can pause the construction, and later on you can command your builders to construct them. Maybe we will have something like buildings you can unlock with expeditions. Like if you want to have electricity or something like that and you find an old solar farm, you can send an expedition there, and if you fulfill the story, you can take over the solar power plant and use it to electrify. Is that even the word? I don't know. Your settlement. And
yeah.
talking about electricity, that's something I could do now. I really think so.
I see the Pac-Man in the left corner. Yeah, that's just a Pac-Man. No, there's statistics. Like for now, there's
Not that much to see.
not that much to see. Actually, you see which fields you already have unlocked and which seeds. And that's another thing. Seeds from the beginning are locked to some point. It's depending on the map seed you're playing on, which seed you're actually getting from the beginning. And if you do not have unlocked some wheat or you don't have unlocked some hemp or such, you're not able to produce some things in your settlement. So you're actually forced to do some expeditions to, like, let's say this city maybe, or this power plant if I'm lucky enough. And there's the possibility to find new seeds there, and they are actually essential for your settlement because your people are getting less frequently sick or are not draining their health as much if they have like a really versatile food chain or food supply. Like mine are eating for over 18 seasons pepper, beans, and what I'm growing here, peach. Yeah, and fish and stuff like that. And the more variety they have, the healthier they are. And back to the statistics, like there's written here in the UI, graphs and more detailed statistics about settlers and resources are coming soon. There is coming something more detailed soon, which gives you really deep insights on what's happening in your settlement. Because later on, it's so crucial to have an eye on that and to see if you're actually proceeding or if your settlement is just dying slowly and you're not getting on track of it. I like to see the production trees right away, that's nice. Yeah. Being able to plant sounds great. Yeah, you need to plant, that's essential. Not trees. Yeah, I was confused just now. I'm reading your message, production lines, not trees. I give up. Grievance, it's late. It's late. It's alright. So I just finished my another irrigator, and for the people wondering why the hell I'm placing my irrigator so far away from my fields. The irrigator actually provides the area around him, no matter where he's placed, with like moist, like he's turning the area wherever he's placed into a moist area, which means trees, berries, mushrooms and herbs and all the stuff you need are actually growing there. And I have the issue that my pharmacy has like 3 or 4 scrubs that are sometimes just withering away, and so I need like a good moist place here that they can regrow and that I can actually like collect them because I need them.
We are using the Unity engine, Machine 84. Unity engine it is. But actually we modified it a lot, so we're not using the default system. We have our own system and framework implemented, so it's a bit technical to explain it now, and I'm not one of our programmers, so if you want to ask them, just write in our Discord, maybe.
Yeah. Lasery? Lasers? Plans to add lasers? For reasons, like, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like it's 150 years in the future, just being confronted with high radiation levels. I mean, some animals probably develop lasers or such. I don't know, it's probably all possible. The more I see banished in post-apocalyptic area. Love that. Yes, we love that too. So my builder is a lazy one here. He's not trying to build my cemetery. Okay, he's going. And he's just punching the air like, yeah, air! Just build me a cemetery around here!
Crap. Nice.
Do we get an explanation for the apocalypse? We have an explanation for the apocalypse. Are we actually featuring the story behind that anywhere yet?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
So, yeah, you can talk about it.
We can talk about it. So, basically, I'm going to pause my game for a second. Basically, we are in the year 2021, 22, like in the immediate future. And there's constant talks about climate change and issues we have with pollution and rising sea levels and stuff like that. And basically this is all getting like really out of hand, and a lot of people starting to make protests and to go on the streets and just talk openly about we need to change something. And in addition to that, the government is like reacting pretty childish, like we see nowadays as well, and is not really changing anything. There are no plans for adapting to the climate change and stuff like that. So we are just facing natural disasters and even more problems, and the sea levels are rising and all stuff like that we probably really have as issues right now. And shorter time later, a few of these protestants, like I don't know how it's called in English actually, are actually getting really radical. Like they're seeing there's nothing changing. The politicians are just talking. They're not doing anything, and they decide to get even more radical and to act from, let's say, the underground, like in some kind of illegal way to radically change anything and to put the government and the people under pressure to change something. And this is getting out of hand to a certain point that they are working together with hackers that actually try to put the government under pressure by saying, you know what, guys, we are blowing up the power plants, the nuclear plants that you're using to produce energy, to produce like all your electricity and stuff, if you don't adapt to the problems we have. And by a huge mistake and by a huge issue, these hackers and all the people working at the nuclear power plant are not able to stop this plan to blow them up, to like make them explode and turn the world in a huge catastrophe. And in the end, this is just what happens. Like everyone is knowing, okay, there's going to be a huge catastrophe. A lot of power plants are going to blow up. We are facing a huge radioactive disaster, yeah. And from this point, people are trying to search shelter in the so-called Endzones. What's the title of the game? That are underground bunker facilities built intentionally for this kind of disaster. Like that's the thing the government took care of in the background, because they actually knew what's happening, because they actually knew we have these issues, we have the rising sea levels and the natural disasters. And by facing this, like, let's say spontaneously, there are a lot of people that are actually not politicians and not higher tiers get the chance to get underground in these facilities, and they get locked up. And yeah, they're facing like the huge catastrophe on the world. The world is getting blown up to a point that's not habitable anymore, and they are just like buried underground in the end zone and just waiting for the world on the surface to be habitable again. And that's the story actually. It sums it up. I told it pretty bad. It's even cooler if you read it, but yeah, that's a background story to that.
I'm dying right now.
You're dying?
Yes.
Oh, I'm totally starving my settlement.
I have 2 droughts.
Ooh.
Right behind each other.
Okay.
I don't have any water left. 90 water left. So for a population of around 100 guys.
Oh boy. That's bad.
101.
You have 100?
Yeah.
I'm by 31.
No, I counted the child.
Okay, I'm by 36.
Okay.
And my settlement is just covered all in radiation right now. So I'm having the first really major issue. Like everywhere my settlers are going right now, they're facing radiation levels. And I have just barely, I would say, enough protection clothing for that. So I didn't adapt to that as fast as I actually thought I would, and they're probably all going to be like infertile sooner or later. And I really need to focus on that right now.
I'm just completely dependent on my wells now.
You need more than. You need more than one.
Ja, ich hab's gerade eingeteilt. Danke. funny story. Our balancing guy just came upstairs into our streaming room and reminded me that I still need water carriers if I only have wells left. So thank you, balancing guy. His name is Bloomsty for everyone here who wants to know him. He's also in the chat. You can chat with him.
Yeah, hooking up.
He
But
knows
in chat he's
everything about
called
the
Assemble
game.
Constantine. You spoke about diseases related to radiation. Is this the only radiation mechanical? Will be there also a mutation system with good like better athletics and bad ones like infertility? Well, we have the bad ones like exactly like infertility. If they're disposed too long to radiation, exposed to radiation, they just get infertile. Yeah. You said okay. Question answered. Yeah. But no, there are no mutations going on with the people, like they're getting 3 arms and can work more efficiently like that. That's...
We are not that kind of game.
No.
I have to say. We want to be a bit more realistic.
Yeah.
And just to get back to the statistics screen, bear in mind that this is only a rough prototype. So the statistics screen is something we really want to polish, maybe until early access release or maybe in early access, because it's... You really have to do this well. Yeah? A statistics screen has to be designed from ground up, that you can filter it, that you can search in it maybe. I don't know. And so we only give some basic informations for now, and we will add a better statistics screen later. What's happening?
I
Another
forgot
sandstorm.
to activate my cold filter system. So they're constantly just spooning out water that's highly radiated, and my people are drinking from that.
And my people are dying. Like
Well,
crazy.
that's your problem, I guess. No, I'm sorry. I feel bad for you.
No, you don't.
A bit. Which season are you?
I'm in season 26.
Well, I'm at season 19.
Going down.
Best Bloomsty for sure. Have the building some expansion stages. The town center, like this building here, does have expansion,
We'll have it later.
Possibilities?
Yeah.
but we will have it later. Like, it's grayed out for now because it's... Let's say it's not implemented for now. But yes, and I actually don't know what's happening if you're expanding your buildings like this.
Yeah, there are some buildings you can expand already. There's like the basic house you can
Oh,
expand.
yeah,
it
sure,
to,
sure.
Wait,
Like
my
your
monitor is...
Upgrade
Monitor wants to shut down.
building.
How do I stop it?
There's the one over there. No, behind.
This one?
Yeah, this one.
Ooh, saved me.
Yeah.
So you can upgrade your houses to like houses with tanks, so they have an extra space for water. You can later upgrade your water tower. We just discussed that just like 2 weeks ago, because the feedback already was that the massive water tower looks out of place for the early game. So we decided to do a small version for the early game, and you can upgrade it later to this version, which will enable you to filter the water. It's something we didn't show yet. So this water tower can filter the radiation from the water by using coal, but I have to activate it, of course. So there will be some building upgrades, yes, and we might add more.
And thanks for the follow, Gaming Gilias. Hi. Yeah, building upgrades, yeah. But I don't know if you said that already, but the thing with building upgrades is it's a bit counterproductive to the actually game how it's meant to be played. Like if you have if you had the chance to actually upgrade most of your buildings to be more efficient, to be, I don't know, to expand in tasks and such, there would be no special need to expand your settlement. Besides, you want to have like more houses for your settlers or stuff like that. But we want to force the player to actually grow and expand the settlement in case the resources are going low or the radiations level are just too high and you need to move on. Like in this case, this place would be perfect for me, but I'm just trapped here for now. And I need some people to actually remove the radiation, at least from my fields, because I do not have a weather station yet, and all the contaminated rain is just pouring down my fields and exposing them to radiation.
Oh boy, boy. I think I survived, but now my population is down to 55. Do you remember I just said I had like 100 settlers?
Yeah. They really
And it
increased
was
that.
just decimated so hard.
I'm not having that much trouble with my food supply anymore, which is great news. But I still feel like I'm missing out on protection clothing and tools. But more like on protection clothing. I might just build another tailor around here. Do I have a builder assigned? No, not now. Okay.
Thank you, Wolfgang, for pointing out that I will lose a lot of settlers. And I did. You're right.
Yeah, could also make the upgrade cost you more upkeep as well if they... Let me read that again. Yeah, could also make the upgrade cost you more upkeep. Cost you more upkeep as well if they don't... Oh, okay, I understand. So Morg is for houses destroyed in a storm because it had a lot of upgrades. That's actually, in my opinion, a really good point there. Like, Stephan, you wanted to read that as well?
Yeah, of course. But
Yep.
if you upgrade a building, it might be more resistant against the sandstorm too. So maybe it's a good thing to upgrade a building because it might be safe from being destroyed in the sandstorm.
In this year, like, 6 people died. Wow. But why? What is happening?
I need more water towers now. Because the next drought is already approaching. Depends on the upgrade for sure. Yeah, true. That is true. Why am I so bad now? I don't know. Everything is running.
Yeah, I'm feeling I'm doing something wrong here as well.
Actually, I lost a lot of settlers, but still, all my professions are filled. That's a good thing.
Here.
That's a good thing. I think I will just stop my wheat production now. It's not that necessary. What's this? My solar collector is being built. Maybe we'll see some electricity soon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I could try this as well. I actually tried to gather up resources for that, but I totally forgot that I wanted to do this.
Let's go. And here we go. This building is not connected to a power grid, so we have to build up a power grid. And what do we have here? We have power line and a battery. So the battery actually stores energy for the use at night. So while we have daytime, the solar collector will produce energy to feed into the electricity grid. And at night, if the battery are loaded up, you can rely on them. And for a power grid to be built, we have to build power lines and connect our buildings.
Oh, this was placed bad. Whatever. Just go for it. Build it, guys. Oh, I'm facing high contaminated radium right here.
Oh, I was so stupid.
This is going to be a problem. Oh,
I'm
boy.
so stupid.
What happened?
I built my solar power tower and it just stands like in the middle of nowhere because I actually want my electricity to be down here. So now I have to spend a lot of resources to build my electricity grid down here.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh man.
I fucked up already as well. I just stopped... What happened here? I just stopped to build coal masks because I thought like, okay, if the radiation level is just green, I'm fine. And just one season after, half of my settlement is covered in yellow radiation and I'm totally missing on any protection clothing now.
Okay. So this is gonna be expensive.
Electricity, oof. Oh, oof. That's like actually really beautiful in the night when you see that all the houses are connecting to your electricity network and all the little windows are glowing and you're having a good time, like not sitting in the dark. Any other means of electricity generation besides solar? Yes and no. There's plant.
Yeah.
And for now you have an additional building called the battery, which is not really something else than the solar system because it actually needs the solar system to be filled up. But the battery enables you to provide your settlement with electricity at night because the solar collector, other than like solar panels, really just work when there's light hitting them. So in the night, this building does not provide you with any electricity. And for that case, you need a battery.
But of course, we might add new buildings in the future. One might say that wind energy would be a good idea in this world. But
water energy, maybe?
Maybe. Let's see which buildings we might add. And just a little side fact, because I love it that much. Oh, I just see there are a lot of corpses in my settlement. Wait, what? That's creepy. Oh my god.
I think one of my irrigators just died.
Just one of your irrigators died? Okay.
Yeah.
So I have like Oscar is dead, John is dead, Lily is dead, and they are lying just on my squash field here.
Oh no.
And no mortician to pick them up.
Unhappy settlers, drought
Oh my
approaching, low resource. Great.
Okay, to get back to this building here, that's actually a building that is also used in the real world. It's not a solar cell collector like you might imagine, but it's a solar tower. So the reflection of the light is actually focusing the light on this part up here and heating up water and producing energy through a turbine. Is it called turbine? I don't know. Generator.
Yeah. I'm honest with you, I didn't listen to anything you just said. I was reading Discord chat.
Just talk to myself.
Okay. So Terrell80 wished for Easter eggs and just pointed out the 12 Monkeys movie from the 90s. And I stopped looking at my screen and just one of my farmers died. Okay, guys, you're actually dying pretty fast here.
It's getting really out of hand right now.
Yeah, I need to rearrange here my stuff. This is not going well.
All I want to do is having electricity now, and then I can die in peace. Or my settlement, not me myself. Whoa! Okay. Let's look at it.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So
yeah.
This happens if the whole settlement dies in one season.
Well, it's kind of beautiful.
And it's beautiful. So you actually want your settlers to die just to have this beautiful side, but no, you don't want it.
I'm not sure what I need to do here. I'm not sure.
I'm actually crying right now. So sad, man. Why?
I feel like I'm actually doing pretty good besides that pretty high radiation levels in my settlement. But everything else is just good. I have high resources. My adults are like, well, not staying alive that much, but I'm proceeding in seasons, which is all I want. Do you plan more buildings in the future, for example, wind farms? I don't know exactly. I think you just answered that question, right?
Yes.
About more buildings and wind farms and stuff.
Yeah, wind farms, of course. So I guess wind energy is the next thing we could do. Also, if you think about expeditions again, you might find old solar farms that were abandoned before the catastrophe hit the Earth, and you might reactivate them to feed electricity into your settlement. Yes. And of course, besides electricity, there might other buildings we add. Of course, always.
Is all rain contaminated? No, but I wasn't able to like build a weather station for now. So I'm being surprised a bit by the rain. Usually you have like this indicator down here in the UI, which says which weather is facing you in the next season. And as long there's rain here, I just see gray. So I do not know if the rain is contaminated, if there's like high, medium or low or no contamination levels. And if you have a weather station like Stephan has on his settlement, he's able to see in advance which rain clouds are actually contaminated. And that's important as well, because contaminated rain pouring down in your lake is like bad, because your water carriers are just carrying radiation heavy water into your water towers, and this is distributed across your settlement, and all your settlers drink it and get sick and stuff like that. And through the weather station you have the possibility to manage like covers for your settlement. Thanks, Marcus, for the coffee. I'm back in business now. So if I know there's going to be contaminated rain, I can just say in the weather station like cover all my fields as long as the radiation level of this rain is like medium or high or low. and automatically all the fields are being protected to a certain point from the radiation rain, and your settlement doesn't look like this and more like this because it's actually covered from rain. Which on the other hand gives a problem, because as long as no rain is pouring down on your settlement, like in the field areas, the soil gets dry out and no crops can actually grow there. So it's always a trade-off between, do I want my settlers to be set out to radiation and to risk if they get sick, or if I have low food resources, do I really need the food more or less, like depending on whatever just is your need at this point. Coffee guy, that's me. You were the one earlier that said that I have this crazy look, weren't you? No, it was prismatic. Yeah.
So I have my power grid almost running now. It's connected to some buildings. You can see them here highlighted in yellow. So yellow are my consuming buildings. Green is my power source.
Oh shit, I'm gonna go.
Also toggle them if I want to have a better overview. And here are my power poles connecting these buildings. And well, the last one needs to be built. And then my water tower will be much more efficient. Also, the inhabitants of this building here might be more happy because they have electricity at home. Let's see. Oh, okay, it's nighttime. Of course, we have to wait till it's daytime.
Am I missing on scrap here? Where's my scrap yard? No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Goodbye, Writing Bull.
Goodbye,
thanks
Writing
for joining
Bull.
us. Liebe
Alright.
Grüße.
Nice. Greetings to you back, Writing Bull. Have a good time, have a good night. See you, and thanks for tuning in. And thanks for the host. Man, thanks for the host.
And here's the electricity. Confidence rise. Perfect. We just need some electronics. What are you doing here? Put that down. Nope, that's too much. This.
I don't need any metal.
And focus on electronics to finish the last power pole, and then we have our water tower connected.
I wasn't talking about eating brain. Well, I was talking about eating brains after someone called me the crazy guy examining human brains. I wasn't the one who said that. You triggered me on that one. Why is there no PayPal option for pre-orders? Whew. Why isn't there? I think it's just limited from the service itself. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, actually.
Don't worry. Man, I really have problems.
Yeah, you
Because-
have, and your settlement is going bad as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. That took a while in my head. I'm already
That's
a
one
bit
of your
tired now.
problems.
But next drought approaching, and I have like 120 water for around 60 or 50. I can't even do math now. That is wonderful.
I feel like no one is actually... Okay, he's now changing the radiation levels here. Like, my setters are really lazy in that kind of regard. Like, hey guys, you got like radiated fields. You're just eating radioactive food, and no one is actually taking care of that.
Come on, I need electronics. Give me electronics, please. Refinery, do something.
What's my tailor doing? What's my other tailor doing? It's producing coal
And next
masks,
drought hit me.
and this one.
I think this is the end for me.
Yeah,
I really do think. Yeah. No water, next drought.
Damn. It's looking good for me. Which season are we in?
I'm in season 31.
31? I'm pausing this game too much.
Yeah, I'm not focusing enough. So it's really hard. You can see it, guys. It's really hard. You really have to be focused. Sometimes you think, okay, now everything is stable, and then a drought hits you, and you didn't pay attention, or I don't know, the ground gets dry, and you have a bunch of problems to solve. And if you're just stupid like I am, you will mess it up completely. Sorry.
Where is my healer
Zero water.
actually? Is there a way to see where my buildings are at? Like if I want to know where the healer is? The pharmacy, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know where the pharmacy is. Okay. All good, all good.
Yeah.
I'm retrieving my question there. I wasn't just paying attention.
All my graves are filled up.
I have like 30 left. My people are barely dying.
Good for you.
Yeah, but I proceeded like 5 seasons and I have 3 adults left and as much children, so I'm not really proceeding in that kind of regard. And now my shelter is being built, which is great, because I still have a lot of settlers without home. But I didn't want them to live together and reproduce that much, because I had some problems with my food supply, which is now pretty good.
I'm so stupid.
What did you do?
I had one of my water towers was just focusing on the wells the whole time now, till the drought hit me. And the wells weren't producing anything because I didn't have professionals in them.
That's bad.
And I was just wondering, why don't I get water? I don't know.
Can you place the solar system, the solar... Wait, I need a second. Steam suddenly takes some of your attention as well. Yeah, it does, it does. We're not that used to it. Can you place the solar anywhere? Yes, you can, sure. But it's better for you and your settlement to place it at least near some of your productions buildings, because I don't know how much proceeded your settlement is in kind of electricity. You have to place these power poles to actually make the electricity traverse in your settlement. And the more you need to place, the higher the resource cost is and the longer it takes to actually provide electricity to your settlement. So yeah, you can place it anywhere, sure, but you shouldn't. Do the settlers actually have names? They do have names, sure. That's Gilbert. Say hello to Gilbert. That's a thing we actually thought about doing with future Twitch integration, if we are able to implement it. That people from the chat are randomly chosen to give their name to some settlers, which could look funny actually if this one was called Machine 84. It would be the first person ever living on Earth having a number as a name.
True. Well. So now, coming from 100 settlers, I'm back to 20.
But you're still alive?
Yeah, I'm
hanging
kind
in.
of. But it's like a full reset.
Alright.
I have this huge settlement, and it's just a ghost town now. So I can just go back to the start. I don't need I don't need a logistician. I only need water carriers, less well keepers, and some fishers. So we'll reset. But I want to have electricity in my water tower.
Yeah, it would be great.
Do the clouds affect the solar plant? No, they don't do. No, they don't. That was one do too much.
No, they don't.
Good question.
Do that, do.
Good question. Maybe they could.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
But it
Bye,
would,
have a nice rest of the day. Bye, Woody. Thanks
Bye
for
bye.
tuning in. Have a good day as well. Do you plan more streams, videos, screenshots? We are always trying to provide as much from that content as we can. The thing on our side behind the development and the publishing is that we have more products beside Endzone, so we are trying to take as much care of all of our games, so there's just occasionally coming new content, but we are constantly providing something new, we are constantly developing some new content, so we can show you as much as possible of the development and of the progress we are doing. But if you're interested in that, just join our Discord. This is the place where we are most frequently updating anything that is related to the community and can be shown off. Ad machine, maybe they will be in the future. It's a nice idea. Yeah. It's actually really a nice idea. So I was already not paying attention again.
Yeah, me too.
I'm kind of stuck actually. I feel my taters are not producing enough protection clothing because my whole settlement is just covered. And I might just go off and remove all the radiation here. And I'm decreasing the people working at the fisher hut. And maybe the charcoal burner, and they are just all now taking care of this.
Just one hint for you guys when you play the game in spring. Oh, a lot of settlers died already. Okay. Again, do save games.
Yeah.
Like all the time. We don't do it for the stream because I don't know. There might be some technical problems still, but in the release, in the early access release, they might be stable, of course, and you should save a lot. You should save a lot. Go back if you mess it up like I did.
Yeah, I was curious how the power pylons work. So they increase in cost only. Are there some kind of distance signal strength issues with the pylons? Well, not for now, and for my part, I'm not sure if that's something that's meant to be implemented. But you're having a little problem if you need to build too much pylons. Like they're not increasing in cost together, but every single pylon is costing you resources that you might probably need on another point, like building new tools for settlers or building protection clothing. And the longer it takes for the electricity to be traversed to your settlement, the more resources you need to waste basically on your pylons. And there's a problem with how much pylons and how much buildings in a settlement are actually connected to the network. For example, the battery just has it has a storing limit from 200,000 units of power, let's say power. And if too much buildings are actually connected to that, the battery drains faster. And if it drains in the night, a lot of your buildings are not provided with electricity anymore, which means the efficiency goes down, which means your supply decreases. Basically as that.
But there's nothing like signal strength issues over distance.
No, that's not like Minecraft works with redstone.
That would be too much at this point.
My worst.
I just had a disease outbreak.
Oh, okay.
So the game wants me to quit now. I don't know. I am frustrated now because I didn't pay attention at the first place.
Maybe we can switch to that disease outbreak for a second to Stephan's screen before he dies.
Yeah. So we have like 2 settlers suffering from a disease. I have my medical facility, but nobody is working in there. So maybe I can save my people by assigning 1 doctor. And let's see if they will make it there. So if settlers are affected by disease, they will go into the hospital, into the medical facility, and stay there until the disease is over for them, until they are cured. If they are not going into the medical facility, they might infect other settlers, because as they roam around, all settlers that pass by might be infected too.
Okay, I just decided I will not remove the radiation in my settlement, because I think my settlers are just too busy taking care of themselves, mostly, and the radiation levels are just rising, like constantly, and I cannot stop this. So I am actually forced now that my tailors work efficiently and provide me with enough protection clothing.
So one little trick, if you are really frustrated with all the issues going on in your settlement, just turn off the UI for a moment and relax. Looks just beautiful now. No issues. Everything is clear.
What's the button for that?
Wonderful night. It's F11.
Nice. Yeah, all the radiation signs are just gone. Just in
Wonderful.
real life. Just close your eyes and that's everything fine.
I don't know, so how long will we continue with the stream? Because I have the feeling that I can't save myself.
Well, how much time are we talking? 8:15. Well, I think we can just sit back a bit, change the screen, and maybe let's make the last AMA round for any open questions.
Yeah, so if you have any questions left, just post them now into the chat, in Discord, and Twitch, wherever you are, and we will try to answer them. And just turn off the UI for a moment and give you a relaxing view on our settlement.
Or just press escape, because... Okay, that's not what I was intending to do. Yeah, I'm just...
Okay.
Yeah, good, that's good. RNG, take the wheel. Yeah, the radiation levels. Like, that's just some issue in the game you're facing. Like, you have your settlement and you're watching like how the weather is proceeding, and you think like, okay, you know what, 1, 2, 3 more seasons without protection clothing is fine. I'm focusing on more food. They're probably going to starve, and suddenly you have like 3,000 units of food. Your settlers are all fine, and the radiation level just hits in, and all your settlers get sick, and you just focused on the completely wrong thing. And that's just how Endzone works. You have to adapt to that. That's just how it works.
And you always need a strategy. Like for protection clothing, you are able to decide which protection clothing they are wearing, what they should wear. If they are getting protection clothing, what should they take? Should they take the best they get, or should they take another one? So you can store like your radiation suits for harder times, and always put that into your mind when you're doing your strategy. That you have all these little pieces you can tweak and you can adjust.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So Machine 84 is saying you should maybe refer to the wishlist and the pre-order. After all, this is a Kaffeefahrt. I'm not familiar with German phrases like that. What is he saying by that?
Yeah, Kaffeefahrt. He means the stream. The purpose of the stream is to get people to wishlist. Of course. But we also want to educate you about the game.
Yes.
So, but it would be nice if you would leave a pre-order on Steam. Not a pre-order on Steam, a wishlist on Steam, and you can also pre-order if you want to support us already now in the development. Yeah, would be great.
Yeah, let's be honest in that regard. The more wishlist we get, the better. Sure, it is. Yeah. The more possibilities we have to spend in the development and to make the game even better and to implement as much as the community wants and needs. And let's be honest, the wishlist is nothing that costs you anything, that takes much time. So, Prismatic Flux, what map generation options are there when generating a seed? That's actually a good question. So let's just go to the new game section.
Just one thing first.
Yeah, sure.
The main menu will be overhauled. It's a really rough prototype. As a UI designer, please.
UI designer, get your job straight, please.
Yes.
Thank you for following Limmersion. Thanks for following, man. Okay, so let's get back to this. When you start a settlement, you have the possibility to name your settlement, like this is my settlement XY, whatever you want. And this is the name your settlement is going to have when you're saving, basically. What you can do is generate a random map seed, or just go for a random number. And yeah, the map size we are playing on standard on high settings, like on the biggest map. And yeah, you have the settle amount, mount amount, lake amount, forest amount, ruins amount. There might be more options sooner or later. But let's say like this, with these options and the map generation, you have a nearly infinite number of possibilities. And the map generation will be even improved more, so be sure you can just create your game just as you want it. And the game UI is sick.
Yeah. Thank you, Creons. Very kind of you. Yeah. Just one more thing for the map generation. Of course, the challenge for the game will change with different maps. So you might have a situation where your nearest lake is not that near to your settlement, actually, and you have to adapt your strategy. And also there might be some seeds with very interesting ruins where you can send your expeditions, and other seeds where you have other ruins that might be interesting. So it's always a good choice to look into our community. I hope that there will be a collection of good seeds where you can look up the seeds with good ruins to explore.
Yeah. And just for comparison, this is what a small map seed looks like. Like you see it already in the minimap, like if you ignore the early development batch up there. But a small map size features you different other opportunities. You have like only one lake in here, which is actually a hard thing if you consider expanding your settlement and all your settlers have to go like near the water tower here. And yeah, there are a lot of more ruins placed next to each other. Yeah. But be sure in the actual development state, like you saw us now playing for nearly over 2 hours, and we had a settlement the size of this actually, so you have a lot of time, a lot of possibilities to actually grow and expand. Yeah. Right. So what's next? As companies usually say, subject to change. I like those options though. Yeah. Well, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, how often did you change the UI already? Like,
oh, I did a few iterations, but not of the main menu. So the main menu is very rough. But we had our first public playtesting at the EGX in Berlin last year, and this was already, I think, okay-ish UI. And then I did a complete reiteration, and from scratch I did wireframes and just looked at every button where should it be placed and so on. So, yeah. And it's always work in progress.
So the next question, what about the specs? How does the map size affect performance? Yeah, that's a hard question.
So it will affect performance, but only a bit, I guess. So there might be not that much models that have to be loaded into your memory. But in the end, it all depends on the size of your settlement, actually. So the settlement is what might drain performance from, depending on your hardware, of course. So we are currently aiming for 1,000 settlers on our min specs. We can't confirm this number yet. It's subject to change, as you said, Prismatic Flux. And we can't promise this, but it still runs smooth at 100 settlers, and this is already hard to achieve. So the size of your settlement is much more important concerning performance than the size of the map.
Yeah, that's right. Like I did a few test iterations for fun with placing buildings, and I was just clicking around like minutes over minutes placing blueprints, and it took some time until the game actually said, yo, this is maybe a bit much, but it's like a huge settlement. If you were actually able to build this and to proceed as far as in the game, that would be impressive. Like literally really impressive for a player to achieve that. So no worries on that part.
Yeah, Wolfgang is asking if we can show the expeditions. Sorry, Wolfgang, we disabled the expeditions for this build. We only have one storyline that is written out, and it's just a prototype to test out all the features we want to do. And so it was nothing we wanted to show now, but we might do another stream, I guess, before the release of early access.
Yeah, for sure.
Focusing on the late game features, like showing electricity in detail again, and expeditions, of course. I guess that would be nice. But it's up to Kai to decide upon that.
Yeah, so it's planned to do, like, I don't know how much, but at least 1 or 2 streams until the early access start, more of Endzone. And we might actually want to be prepared better for that and to have some save games to show some more features in the far late game. Because let's be honest, Stephan and I both played bad this rounds, and we were not able to hit the late game as such. And that's a real game changer. Like in the late game, everything changes even more and you have to adapt to other things, and for that regard we just might play, or our game tester plays to a session that's actually really, really good. We are saving that as a save game and then showing off in a stream. So not more of a like gameplay showcase and more like of a feature showcase, and to actually present all the features we're implementing. Yeah. What next? I need to go and cook food. Me too, man, me too.
Thanks for the stream. Yeah, I guess we can round it up now.
Yeah, we can round it up, be sure to follow us on like every platform basically, and to join our Discord. We are really, really interested in what you want to have implemented, what's your feedback on certain features, basically what's the feedback on your stream. Like that's the nearest you like got to know the game until yet, and maybe you saw a lot of things that you really like, and a lot of things you didn't like, and just weren't brave enough to say it in the chat, or kind enough to not make us depressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But be sure to hit that and share your feedback, share your criticism, be honest. It's all we want. And thanks for all the follows.
Yeah, thanks for the follows.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, of course. We had a lot of viewers, I guess.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
we had quite
We
a lot.
appreciate it a lot.
And I think our moderation is recording this, so if anyone wants to recap on the stream, there should be a video up soon.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys, and have a good time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.